Welcome to the sixth episode of the series, Playbook for Monetizing Your Music Rights. Here we will deal with digital distribution deals, Spotify, Apple Music, and your rights. Today we're talking about something that every modern artist must understand: digital distribution. How do you get your music onto Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, Audiomack, and all the other streaming platforms? What do distributors actually do? And most importantly, how do you protect your rights and maximize your earnings in the digital space? The streaming economy has completely transformed the music business. Artists can now earn millions from streams, but only if they understand how the system works and avoid the traps. Understanding digital distribution deals work is critical. The wrong choice can cost you your catalog and hundreds of thousands, even millions, in lost revenue. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to choose the right distributor, what terms to look for in distribution agreements, and how to make sure you're keeping the lion's share of your streaming revenue. What is digital distribution? In simple terms, digital distribution is the process of getting your music onto streaming platforms and digital stores. Here's what you need to understand. Some platforms don't accept music directly from individual artists. They only work with approved distributors who deliver music in the correct formats, with proper metadata, and handle all the administrative requirements. So as an independent artist, you have two options. Option 1. Sign with a record label that handles distribution as part of your recording agreement. We talked about this in episode 4. Option 2. Work with a digital distributor that gets your music onto platforms while you retain ownership and control. Most independent artists choose option 2 because it allows them to keep their rights and maximize their earnings. Digital distributors act as the middleman between you and the streaming platforms. They upload your music, collect your royalties, and pay you your share after taking their fee. There are different types of distribution deals. Not all distribution deals are the same. There are three main models. Model 1, pay per release or annual fee. Distributors like DistroKid, TuneCore, and CD Baby charge you either a fee per release or an annual subscription fee. For example, you might pay $20 per year to upload unlimited songs, or you might pay $10 per single release. In exchange for this fee, you keep 100% of your royalties. The distributor takes nothing from your streaming revenue. This is the model I generally recommend for serious independent artists because you're paying for a service, not giving away a percentage of your income forever. Yes, there's an upfront cost, but if your music generates even moderate streaming numbers, you'll earn back that fee many times over. Model 2, free distribution with revenue share. Some distributors offer free distribution, meaning you don't pay any upfront fees. But, and this is a big but, they take a percentage of your streaming royalties, usually between 10 and 40%. This might sound appealing if you don't have money to pay upfront fees, but do the math carefully. If you're successful and your music generates substantial streams, you could end up paying tens or hundreds or thousands of dollars to a distributor that would have only charged you a fixed amount annually. And some of these free distributors lock you into long-term exclusive agreements. Model 3. Label services or hybrid deals. Some distributors offer enhanced services beyond just uploading your music. Things like playlist pitching, marketing support, advances, and career development. In exchange, they might take a larger percentage of your revenue, typically 15 to 30%, and they often require exclusive rights for a certain period. These deals can make sense if the distributor is actually providing significant value and helping you grow your career. For instance, if they provide a marketing and promotion budget for you which is recoupable. Their recoupment percentage is usually a separate arrangement from the distribution fee deductible for the distribution services. But make sure the services they're promising are real and that they're actually delivering them. Don't get locked in and lose money for promises that never materialize. There are some major distributors of note. Let me walk you through some of the main distributors available to artists. International distributors, DistroKid. They operate an annual subscription model, around $20 per year for unlimited uploads. You keep 100% of royalties. Very popular with independent artists globally. TuneCore. Artists pay per release or annual plan. You keep 100% of royalties. Also offers publishing administration services. CD Baby. One-time fee per release. You keep 91% of royalties. They keep 9%. No annual fees after initial payment. Ditto Music. Annual subscription model. You keep 100% of royalties. African-focused distributors. Freeme Digital. Nigerian distributor that specializes in African artists. They have various plans available. Strong relationships with African streaming platforms. Believe Digital. Global distributor with African presence. They offer both distribution and label services. Own RPM. They operate a revenue share model, but also offers additional services like YouTube monetization and TikTok integration. Each distributor has its unique strengths and weaknesses. Your choice should depend on your budget, your career stage, and what level of service you need. If you're just starting out and don't have much budget, a revenue share distributor might make sense initially, as long as the terms are fair and not exclusive for an unreasonably long term. If you're more established and your music generates decent streams, paying a subscription fee to keep 100% of royalties is almost always the better financial choice. So, what do streaming platforms pay? Let's talk about money. How much do streaming platforms actually pay per stream? The truth is, payment rates vary significantly by platform, territory, and whether the stream comes from a paid subscriber or a free user. But here are approximate rates to give you an idea. Spotify, between $0.03 and $0.005 US per stream. Apple Music pays higher rates around $0.07 to $0.01 per stream. YouTube Music pays around $0.001 to $0.03 per stream. Boomplay. They have rates specific to the African market, but generally competitive with international platforms for paid streams. Now these might seem like tiny amounts per stream, and they are, but they add up. A song with 1 million streams on Spotify generates roughly $2,000 in revenue. If you're keeping 100% of that after your distributor's fee, that's significant income. But if your distributor is taking 30 to 40%, you're giving away a lot for that same 1 million streams. This is why your distribution deal matters so much. Small percentage differences multiply into large sums when your music is successful. There are some key terms to look for in distribution agreements. When you're reviewing a distribution agreement, here are the critical terms you need to understand. 1. Exclusivity. Does the agreement require you to distribute exclusively through them? For how long? Avoid long-term exclusive deals unless the distributor is providing exceptional value. You want flexibility to move your catalog if you find better options. 2. Rights ownership. Who owns the master recordings? You should, always. The distributor should only have the right to distribute your music, not own it. Some artists, however, enter deals in which the distributor makes substantial financial investment in the artist's music and brand, and in exchange take a share of the master rights. If you have to do this, ensure to have an expert music lawyer by your side. 3. Revenue split. What percentage of streaming royalties do you keep? What percentage does the distributor take? And is that percentage of gross revenue or net revenue after platform fees are deducted? 4. Payment terms. How often do they pay you? Monthly? Quarterly? Is there a minimum threshold you must reach before they pay out? How long after the streaming platforms pay the distributor do you receive your money? 5. Territory. Does the distributor deliver your music worldwide or only to certain regions? Make sure they're covering all major markets where you want your music available. 6. Termination and takedown. Can you terminate the agreement? Under what conditions? If you leave, can you take your music down from platforms immediately, or is there a notice period? You should always have the right to terminate and remove your music if you're unhappy with the service. So, what are the tricks to choosing and working with distributors? Let me give you the practical roadmap for navigating digital distribution successfully. Step 1. Assess your needs and budget. Before choosing a distributor, ask yourself, how much music am I planning to release this year? If it's just 1 or 2 songs, a pay-per-release model might work. If it's an album or frequent singles, an annual subscription is more economical. Do I have budget for upfront fees? If not, revenue share distributors are an option, but understand you're paying more in the long run. Do I need additional services like YouTube Content ID, playlist pitching, or publishing administration? Some distributors bundle these services and take a higher percentage of royalties as recoupment during the term of the contract. Be honest and realistic about where you are in your career and what you can afford. There's no shame in starting with a budget option and upgrading as your revenue grows. Step 2. Research and compare distributors. Don't just sign up with the first distributor you hear about. Create a comparison chart and list 3 to 5 distributors and compare the following: pricing structure and revenue split, platforms they deliver to, make sure they include all major services, payment frequency and minimum thresholds, additional services offered, YouTube monetization, playlist pitching, analytics, contract terms, especially exclusivity and termination clauses. And if possible, check customer support quality, read reviews from other artists. Step 3. Read the agreement carefully. I cannot stress this enough. Read every word of the distribution agreement before you click I accept or before you sign. Look specifically for how long you're committed for, whether it auto-renews and how to cancel or extend the contract period, what happens to your music if you leave, any hidden fees or charges beyond what's advertised. If anything is unclear, email their support and ask for clarification. Get their response in writing. If the agreement is complex or concerning, consult a lawyer. The cost of legal review is far less than the cost of a bad distribution deal. Step 4. Prepare your music properly. Before uploading to your distributor, make sure everything is professional. First, your audio files are of high quality, typically WAV format at 16-bit, 44.1 kHz or higher. Your metadata is accurate, including song titles, artist names spelled consistently, genre, and release date. Your cover art meets platform requirements, usually 3000 pixels, JPG or PNG, no blurry or low-resolution images. You have the rights to everything you're uploading. You wrote the songs, or you have permission from co-writers. If you sampled another song, ensure you have clearance from the copyright owner. Mistakes in metadata can cost you money. If your artist name is spelled differently across releases, you'll split your streaming identity and make it harder for fans to find all your music. Step 5. Monitor your analytics and payments. Once your music is live, actively monitor your performance. Most distributors provide dashboards showing streams, revenue, and geographic data. Check these regularly. Look for the following: which songs are performing best? Which platforms generate the most streams? Which countries your listeners are in? All these data help you make smart decisions about marketing, where to focus promotional efforts, and which audiences to target. Also, verify that your payments match your analytics. If you see 100,000 streams but your payment seems too low, investigate. A proper distribution agreement should give you the right to order an audit. You're a business owner now. Treat your streaming career like a business. Track your numbers, understand your data, and hold your distributors accountable. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.